The story of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba appears in the biblical books of Kings and Chronicles. An unnamed queen from Sheba travels to Jerusalem bearing gold, jewels, and spices. A seeker of knowledge, the queen has a special interest in the reputedly wise Solomon and tests him with some hard questions. Solomon meets the challenge and lavishes hospitality on the queen, who reciprocates with gifts. This biblical encounter has had an enormous impact on the popular imagination, projecting themes of beauty, wealth, power, exoticism, intrigue, magic, and love. An account of the encounter is tantalizingly referenced by the Roman Jewish author Flavius Josephus in the 1st century AD. Composed in the 7th century, the Quran features a more elaborate version of the story, as does Jewish rabbinic literature. The Kabra Nagast, a 14th-century Ethiopian Christian epic, connects the Queen of Sheba with the founding of Ethiopia itself. According to this text, ancient Sheba is in Ethiopia. The Queen and Solomon have a son who founds a dynasty that would rule Ethiopia. To date, no archaeological evidence has been found to indicate definitively who the queen was and from where she came. She could be a composite of historical figures or entirely legendary. Even the location of Sheba itself is hotly debated among scholars. Some place it in Ethiopia, while others place it in the ancient kingdom of Saba in present-day Yemen. In the Bible, the Queen of Sheba is depicted as smart, independent, challenging, and respectful. Flavius Josephus, author of the 1st century AD history The Antiquities of the Jews, described Sheba as inquisitive into philosophy and on that and on other accounts also was to be admired. By the time the story was retold in the Targum Sheni, a 7th to 8th century AD Jewish text, the story had amassed more details. The details of the meeting are similar, but the story begins with a talking hoopoe, a crested bird native to the region. The bird informs Solomon that the land of Sheba is the only one on earth not subject to his power. Solomon sends the hoopoe to Sheba with a letter urging the queen to submit to him. She responds by sending back a fleet with all the ships of the sea loaded with precious gifts, including 6,000 young men, all the same height, all dressed in purple, and all born at the same time on the same day. They deliver a message from the queen announcing that she will travel to Jerusalem. On arrival, the queen presents Solomon with 3 riddles, which he promptly solves. This exchange reveals her knowledge and diplomatic skill as the riddles are more than a game to her. They are a way for her to size up Solomon. In the Quran, the queen is unnamed, but contemporary Arabic sources call her Bilqis. In the Islamic version, Suleiman, Solomon, believes in Allah, is known for his wisdom, and can understand the language of the trees and animals. Suleiman also controls an army of jinn, magical spirits, and men and birds. Like the Jewish text, the story begins with a bird, which brings news to Suleiman from the far-off land of Sheba, where the powerful Bilqis rules and people worship the sun. The bird says, "I found her and her people prostrating to the sun instead of Allah," prompting Suleiman to send a letter in which he urges the queen to convert to Islam. In this version of the story, Suleiman rejects the queen's emissaries and rich gifts. In contrast to the Bible and the Targum Sheni, it is Suleiman who tests the queen's intellect. While she is traveling to visit him, the king sends a jinn to steal her throne and bring it to Jerusalem. There he disguises the throne in order to see if the queen will realize it is hers. She does, so Suleiman welcomes her to his impressive palace. Suleiman shows the queen a floor made of glass. When she sees it, she thinks it is a pool of water, so she lifts her skirts to avoid getting them wet. Her legs are revealed, and she does not shave them. Modern feminist commentators have interpreted this attribute as a sign that power has made her unfeminine. This episode also appears in the Targum Sheni. "Your beauty is the beauty of women, but your hair is the hair of men," Solomon tells her. In Jewish literature, the Queen of Sheba is also identified with Lilith, an ancient demonic figure. Likewise, in the Quranic text, a jinn warns Suleiman about the queen's demonic side, fearing the king might be tempted by her beauty. Instead, the queen submits to Solomon and commits herself to Allah, the Lord of all worlds.